Welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 2, Chapter 267, Part 1. Jesus Speaks of Love. First September 1945. Jesus, with Manaen beside him, comes out of the widow's house, saying, "Peace to you and to your family. We will meet again after the Sabbath. Goodbye, little Joseph. You can play and rest tomorrow, and then you will help me again." "Why are you weeping?" "I am afraid you will not come back again." "I always speak the truth. But are you so sorry that I'm going away?" The boy nods assent. Jesus caresses him, saying, "A day will soon pass. You will be with your mother and brothers tomorrow, and I will be with my apostles, and I will be speaking to them. During the past days I spoke to you to teach you how to work. I am now going to them to teach them how to preach and to be good. You would not enjoy yourself with me, the only boy among so many men." "Oh, I would enjoy myself because I would be with you." "I see. Woman, your son is like many, and they are the best. He does not want to leave me. Can you trust him with me until the day after tomorrow?" "Oh, Lord, I would give you them all. They are as safe with you as they would be in heaven. And this boy, who used to stay with his father more than the rest of them, has suffered too much." "He was with his father at the moment. See, he does nothing but weep and pine. Don't weep, son. Ask the Lord if what I say is true. Master, to comfort him, I always say to him that his father is not lost, but has only gone far away from us temporarily." "Which is the truth. It is exactly as your mother says, little Joseph." "But I'll not be able to find him again until I die, and I am only a boy. If I am to become as old as Isaac, how long will I have to wait?" "Poor boy, but time flies." "No, Lord, my father has been dead 3 weeks, and it seems such a long time to me. I cannot go on without him," and he weeps silently, but most pitifully. See, he is always like that, particularly when he is not busy with something that interests him. The Sabbath is a torture. I am afraid he will die. No, I have another boy who is orphan of father and mother. He was emaciated and sad. Now, staying with a good woman at Bethsaida, and being sure that he is not separated from his parents, he has flourished again both in his body and soul. The same will happen to your son, both because of what I will tell him, and because time is a great healer. And also because he will calm down, too, when he sees that you are no longer worried about your daily bread. Goodbye, woman. The sun is setting and I must go. Come, Joseph. Say goodbye to your mother, your little brothers, and then run to pick up with me." And Jesus goes away. "And what will you tell the apostles now?" "That I have an old disciple and a new one. They walk through Chorazin, that is becoming animated with people." A group of men stops Jesus. "Are you going away? Are you not staying for the Sabbath?" "No, I am going to Capernaum." "You have not spoken one word during the whole week. Are we not worthy of your word?" "Have I not given you for 6 days the best word?" "When? To whom?" "To everybody, from the carpenter's bench. For days I have been preaching that our neighbor is to be loved and helped in every possible way, particularly when our neighbor is weak, as in the case of widows and orphans. Goodbye, people of Chorazin. Ponder on this lesson of mine on the Sabbath." And Jesus sets out again, leaving the citizens perplexed. But the boy, who has reached Jesus running, rouses the curiosity of the people, who stop the master again, saying, "Are you taking away the widow's son? Why?" "To teach him to believe that God is a father, and that in God he will find his lost father." And and also that there might be one here who believes in the place of old Isaac. There are 3 men from Chorazim with your disciples. With my disciples, not here. This one will be here. Goodbye. And with the child between him and Manaen, he walks fast through the country towards Capernaum, talking to Manaen. They reach Capernaum after the apostles had arrived. They are sitting on the terrace in the shade of the pergola, round Matthew, whose wound is not yet healed, informing him of their feats. They turn round at the light shuffling of sandals on the little staircase, and they see Jesus' fair head emerge more and more from the little wall of the terrace. They rush towards him, who is smiling, and they are dumbfounded seeing a poor boy behind Jesus. Manaen climbs the steps in his pompous pure white linen tunic, which is made even more beautiful by a precious belt, by the bright red dyed linen tunic, which is so shiny as to seem silk, hanging from his shoulders like a train, and by his byssus headdress, fastened by a thin gold diadem, an engraved thin plate, which divides his wide forehead into 2 halves, and gives him almost the air of an Egyptian king. His presence prevents an avalanche of questions, which, however, are clearly expressed by the apostles' eyes. After greeting one another, while sitting near Jesus, the apostles ask, "And who is this one?" pointing at the boy. "This is my last conquest, little Joseph, a carpenter, like the great Joseph, who was my father, and thus most dear to me as I am to him. Is that right, little boy? Come here, that I may introduce you to these friends of mine, of whom you have heard me speak so much. This is Simon Peter, the kindest man to children there is, and this is John, a big boy who will speak to you of God also when playing. And this is James, his brother, serious and good like an elder brother. And this is Andrew, Simon's brother. You will get along well at once with him, because he is as meek as a lamb. And this is Simon the Zealot. He loves fatherless children so much that I think he would go round the whole world looking for them, if he were not with me. Then there is Judas of Simon, and with him there is Philip of Bethsaida and Nathanael. See how they look at you. They have children as well, and they love children. And there are my brothers, James and Judas. They love everything I love, and so they will love you. Now let us go to Matthew, who is suffering agonies with his foot, and yet he is not angry with the boy who, playing recklessly, hit him with a sharp flint stone. Is that right, Matthew? Oh, no, master. Is he the widow's son? Yes, he is. He is very clever, but he has become very sad. Oh, poor boy. I will get you to call little James, and you will play with him. And Matthew caresses him, drawing him close to himself with one hand. Jesus ends the introductions with Thomas, who, practical as he is, completes it by offering the boy a bunch of grapes he has picked off the pergola. Now you are friends, concludes Jesus, sitting down again, while the child eats his grapes, replying to Matthew, who keeps him close to himself. But where have you been all alone for a whole week? At Chorazim, Simon of Jonah. I know, but what did you do? Did you go to Isaac? Isaac the elder is dead. So, did Matthew not tell you? No, he only said that you were at Chorazim since the day after our departure. Matthew is more clever than you are. He can keep quiet, but you cannot check your curiosity. Not only mine, everybody's. Well, I went to Chorazim to preach factual charity. Factual charity? What do you mean? Asked many. There is a widow at Chorazim with 5 children and an old sick woman. Her husband died suddenly at his workbench, leaving behind him misery and unfinished jobs. Chorazim did not find a tiny bit of pity for this unhappy family. I went to finish the work, and there is pandemonium. Some ask questions, some protest, some reproach Matthew for allowing it. Some admire, and some criticize. Unfortunately, the majority protest or criticize. Jesus lets the storm calm down just as it started. And as a reply, he says, I am going back the day after tomorrow, and I will do so until I finish. And I hope that you at least will understand. Chorazim is a closed fruit stone without its germ. You at least ought to be stones with germs. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 2, Chapter 267, Part 1. Jesus speaks of love. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.